Hi, I'm Lily Collins.
Hi, I'm Lucas Bravo.
Hi, I'm Ashley Park, and this is Emily in Paris from A to Z.
A is for Ashley Park, who plays Mindy, and who is now one of my closest friends.
B is for bread, because Paris. Croissants, baguettes. Anytime you saw Mindy eating a croissant on camera, she was definitely eating a croissant on camera. We love an edible prop.
C is for Chateau, because it makes me think of when we went to Chateau de Loire, and between two scenes, while they were installing the set, we just went for a wine tasting with the entire team, and it was a lot of fun to just see people exchanging glasses and buying boxes of wine while we're actually working.
D is for douche, which means shower in French. And there's a scene in Emily in Paris when mine stops working and I have to go elsewhere to shower.
E is for Enchante, because every time a French man says that in this series or during my time in Paris, I go, hello, goodbye.
F is for fake, like fake poop spray, because in the show Emily steps into dog poop, and we actually, the set decorator had a dog poop spray, which I didn't know existed, and it made my day, I think. So we just laid a few of those around set, which was childish but very funny.
G is for Gato, which means cake in French, and we all had a lot of desserts in Paris when we were filming, so that sounds yummy to me.
H is for hot chef, Gabrielle, Luca Bravo, because who doesn't love a hot chef?
I is for icons, because working with Darren Star, being a fan of Sex and the City, and working with Patricia Fields and all her amazing costumes was just iconic.
J is for joy, because we had the best time shooting this show.
K is for Kismet, because it was fate and destiny that Emily and Mindy ends up in Paris, and then we all ended up in Paris getting to do this show. Kismet.
L is for love, because what else?
M is for Mathieu, who is a character and a possible romance for Emily.
N is for nanny, because Mindy is an au pair in Paris and possibly the most fashionable nanny I know. Stilettos, Patricia Field.
O is for opera. It reminds me of when Lily paid tribute to Audrey Hepburn and came down the stairs at the opera with that amazing dress, and she was stunning, and everybody in the room stopped breathing. It was a one-of-a-kind moment, honestly.
P is for Pierre Cadeau, who is a fashion designer in the show, and a lot of the later episodes revolve around.
Q is for Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. The lyrics to La Vie en Rose.
R is for Roomies, because we basically spent most of the shooting with Ashley and Sam being roomies. We moved in together, and it was just so much fun.
S is for sexy, because Paris is just sexy, and a lot of the city, a lot of Emily's experiences are quite sexy in the city.
T is for trap music, because Carlson playing Brooklyn Clark, the movie star, saying, I live for trap music. C'est magnifique.
U is for Undercooked Steak, because there's that scene when Emily sends back the steak, and I'm telling her it's cooked, and she says it's not cooked. And I've been a waiter a few years ago, and every time people from the States would ask for their for their meat, they would give me directions I would never understand. Medium well, rare. Took me a while to get the hang of it because we work pretty differently here.
V is for vineyard, because in one of the episodes we go to the Loire Valley, and wine is a very big aspect to that episode.
W is for wine, obviously, because Sancerre is the breakfast wine.
X for X-rated, because it's there in Star, and lots of sexual tension in the air and sex scenes.
Y is for yummy, because there's so much good food in France, and I also think that you're hopefully gonna just eat this show right up.
Z is for zipper, because Mindy's the heiress to the zippers of the world. Also for Zoom, because obviously.
And that's the alphabet according to Emily in Paris.